Alright guys, so we got our 4 posts out here, and they're fresh, green posts. They got bark on them. They're from oak trees that I cut down, and I'm just going to take the bark off them. I like to use an axe to take the bark off them. Some people like to use, I don't know what it's called, but you kind of sit on the log and pull it like this. I find the axe is much easier, especially if you're doing like rough posts or something like that. You just kind of can use your muscles and your weight a little better with the axe. I tend to think the axe is a little faster too. Now I probably won't do all the way down to this end here because I'm only going to make the building about 7 foot tall. So if you're Shaq or Yao Ming or someone like that, you might have to slouch down quite a bit. But I'm 6 foot flat, so. But I'm going to have to cut some of the end off anyway to make them all even once I get them set up there. So I'm probably going to build it about 7 foot. But you can kind of see the process, kind of just debarking the log. This will help them dry out a little bit. Also help prevent rot a little bit because the bark will make the post holes loose and can kind of make it rot a little bit faster when bugs and things like that get in them. So I'm just going to keep chipping away. It's kind of satisfying taking the bark off with an axe for a project like this one. Now, you'll get tired, doing it all day, but I find that this is a lot easier than using the ones where you pull and scrape the logs with. Personally, I just find this is a little bit easier. If my axe was about a foot longer, it'd probably be even easier, but it's sharp enough. you know, it ain't a problem. And for me to do four posts, you know, I don't need to go out and get any fancy equipment. In fact, I'm going to do my log cabin logs the same way that I showed you in the other video. And that'll probably take me a few days. If I sit there and do this all day for a few days, this will probably take me a little time. Especially when I'm going to have 35 logs and they're going to be 14 or 15 foot a piece for the log cabin. So, but I don't have anything else better to do than work on my property and just live life. I figure one day we'll make it to heaven. So every second I'm just a little bit closer. Obviously, you'll want a sharp axe if you're doing this. Let's see how much here. I might leave some little strips of bark on just to make it look kind of cool in there. See that it was a tree and stuff. Now you can, being this is green lumber, you can use this bark for smoking, or you can just put it on your flower beds, or you can just leave it in your yard. It don't matter, especially out here. But just talking about uses for the bark, the old time settlers used to use it for tanning hides, the tannin in the bark. And I guess if you ever had scours or diarrhea or something like that, if you boil oak bark and drink the tea or whatever in, you know, moderation, it's supposed to help medicinally to stop diarrhea. You know, too much of it and you might be constipated, but skinning a log like this really makes you feel like you're back in the 1800s out in the Rockies somewhere building a cabin. Just makes it feel good. And this pole building construction that I'm doing for this outhouse, it can be a good cheap option for building a cabin if you're out in the woods or wanting to build a primitive building. Can be a great option for building a cabin or a barn, a small one anyway. 4 posts in the ground, level them, and tack your boards up and then put a roof on. You've got yourself some sort of a structure to stay in, or maybe store your tools in, or however you want to do it if you're planning to go off grid. But a pole building is a very simple, primitive structure. People have been building them for thousands of years. Can be a good option if you're wanting to, you know, build a building off grid. Just a very basic construction technique, very solid. The posts are in the ground and they'll last a long time. So. And the logging companies probably have machines that they just run the logs through that take all this bark off. But we're a little old school. And you can come the other way too if you want. You know, if you're a lefty or something. I'm just trying to get a better angle because this bark's a little tough here. More of a choppy motion in this little corner here. And obviously this stuff goes faster and can be easier if you have a partner or someone just to turn the log or move the log or do something. Almost anything out here can be faster with 2 people. And no, Bailey does not count as a person. He don't help much. He does keep some of the predators away though. Got to get a little lower on this one here. And you just keep chipping away. I think I swallowed a bug or some dust or something a minute ago with that cough, but that ain't no big deal. Yeah, that's pretty good. There's a little bark on it, but the bark on it will add some character to the building, I actually think, the little pieces. But this will do well. So here's what it looks like after I get that bark off. This is probably a 10 foot, 8 foot, 9 foot post, something like that. And I'm making the structure roughly 7 foot. So anyway, just something to know. If you want to debark a log, I like to use the axe. It's very satisfying work, can be very hard work the more you do. I figured I'd just show you one. I've got 3 more to go. And say hello to Bailey. Sit. Sit. Come on, sit. Oh, good boy. Good boy. Lay down. Lay down. All right. Good boy. Hey guys, let's make Bailey famous. Let's make Bailey famous. Like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Mustache Off Grid. Hope y'all have a wonderful day, and God bless. Let's make Bailey famous, guys.